So guys, welcome to our channel once again. In today's video, we have these 10 questions to answer on the topic atomic structure and bonding. So guys, in this video, we are going to actually consider bonding. So guys, we have 10 questions here to answer. So ensure to stay till the end of this video. Also, if at any point you feel you want to answer the question before we provide the answer thereafter, you can always feel free to pause the video and try out the question even before we provide the answer. So let's start with the first question here. It says, when elements X and Y with electron configurations 1s2, 2s1 and 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p5 respectively are combined chemically, the bond is A. metallic, B. covalent, C. coordinate, D. electrovalent. So guys, the answer to this question is option D, and that's electrovalent. This question here entails that there is a bond between a metal and a non-metal. An element that has 2s1, it's a group 1 metal. So an element that has 3s2, 3p5 is a group 7 non-metal. So guys, a bond that is between a metal and a non-metal is an electrovalent or ionic bond. So guys, that's the answer to that question. Let's consider the next question, and that's question number 2. Guys, the question says, if the difference in electronegativity of elements P and Q is 3.0, the bond that will be formed between them is A. coordinate, B. covalent, C. metallic, D. ionic. So guys, the answer to this question will be option D, and that's ionic. So if the difference between the electronegativity of two elements are actually greater than 1.7, in that case the bond between them will be an ionic. That the greater the difference in their electronegativity, you will have ionic bonding. But guys, if the difference in their electronegativity is between a 0.4 to 1.7, then the character of the bond will be polar covalent. So we have, for instance, the electronegativity of fluorine is 3.97 and the electronegativity of lithium is 0.98. So if they combine together, they will actually have an ionic bond, and that's because the electronegativity between the both of them is actually high, so they will actually have an ionic bond. So guys, that's it about that question. Let's quickly check out the next question, and that's question number 3. Guys, the question says, which of the following type of bonding does not involve the formation of new substance? A. covalent, B. electrovalent, C. coordinate, and D. metallic. So guys, the answer to this question is option D, and that's the metallic bond. Metallic bond is actually the bonding between molecules with metals called alkali reactive force. In this case, the electrons act as a glue, giving the substance a definite structure. So guys, that's it about that. So let's consider the next question, guys. Question number 4. So question number 4 says, the IUPAC nomenclature of the compound LiAlH4 is tetrahydroaluminum aluminate 3, B. lithium tetrahydroaluminate 3, C. aluminum tetrahydrolithium, D. lithium aluminum hydride. So guys, the answer to this question is option B, and that's lithium tetrahydroaluminate 3. So guys, let's consider the next question, and that's question number 5. It says, which of the following molecules is held together by a hydrogen bond? A. hydrogen bromide, B. sulfuric acid or tetraoxosulfate 6 acid, C. methane, D. hydrogen fluoride. So guys, the answer to this question is option D, and that's hydrogen fluoride. So let's consider the next question, and that's question number 6. It says, all metals are electropositive because they have a tendency to A, remain unchanged, B, lose one or more electrons, C, gain one or more electrons, D, increase in size. So guys, the answer to this question is option B, and that's lose one or more electrons. So let's consider the next question. Question number 7, it says, which of the following specified does not contain a coordinate covalent bond? Option A, we have ammonium ion. Options B, we have aluminum chloride. Option C, we have carbon chloride. And option D, we have hydroxonium ion. So guys, looking at this here, the only option here that does not have a coordinate bond is carbon chloride here. So guys, all these other elements have a coordinate bond. So in a coordinate bond, there is usually sharing of electrons, and then there is a situation where the two electrons actually are derived from the same atom in this sharing of electrons. So it's not equally distributed in this case. So that's the case of coordinate bond that makes it distinct from ordinary covalent bonding. So guys, that's it about this question. Option C is the answer to this question. So let's consider the next question. Question number 8. The weakest attractive force that can be observed between two molecules is A, coordinate covalent, B, ionic, C, covalent, D, van der Waals force. So guys, the answer to this question is option D, and that's van der Waals. So the van der Waals is the weakest attractive force that can be observed between two molecules. So let's consider the next question. That's question number 9. It says the elements P, Q, R, S have 6, 11, 15, 17 electrons respectively. Therefore, A, P will form an electrovalent bond with R. B, Q will form an electrovalent bond with S. C, R will form an electrovalent bond with S. D, Q will form a covalent bond with S. So guys, the answer to this question is option B. Q will form an electrovalent bond with S. So Q is having 11 electrons, whereas S is having 17 electrons. So guys, Q is a metal, and it's actually a group 1 metal since it's having 11 electrons. So it will have 2 electrons in the first shell, 8 electrons in the next shell, and then 1 electron in the last shell, so making the 11 electrons. So you find out that it's a metal that can ionize by losing 1 electron. So it's a group 1 metal, whereas S is 17 electrons. That's 287. So guys, in this case, S is a non-metal and actually a group 7 non-metal. So guys, when Q forms a bond with S, they will form an ionic bond, which is a bond between a metal and a non-metal. So guys, that's the correct answer to this question, and that's option B. It's an ionic bond or electrovalent bond. So let's look at the next and the last question, and that's question number 10 here. It says, which of the following compounds is an example of an electrovalent bond? A, sodium chloride, B, water, C, methane, D, carbon dioxide. So guys, the answer to this question is option A, and that's sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is an electrovalent bond since it's a bond between a metal and a non-metal. So guys, that will be all for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're not yet a subscriber. Also, if you have any specific question regarding this video, you can drop your question on the comment section below, and we'll ensure to give you a response. So guys, we want to also encourage you to join our channel membership. See you next time.